Hey, babe.
Yes.
Um, I've been thinking of writing a new song. How does this one sound? Hey, troll, you better watch out, or a brand new Marshall will time you out.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that sounds just about right.
Sound about right?
Yes, it does.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, folks. Hey, and congratulations, Christopher is a brand new Marshall. Christopher's a relatively new viewer, but he has been so active. I usually hold off if you were in earlier, because that's the only time that I can deputize new tribal marshals, right? I take a time to get to know you. I see what you say in the comments. Kimberly lets me know. We get to know you more, and then you have to show up a little early. We had Lisa Ann and another one of our tribal females. Who was it here? Oh my goodness, we've got a super thanks here, baby.
We do.
By Are You There?
Oh, are you there? Just came in. Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. Are you
Thank you. Are
there?
you there?
Oh,
And
that's
while we're
awesome.
at it, I need to get past these real quick. We also got another $5 super thanks. I'm going to read these two.
Yeah.
And the reason I do this, folks, these are the folks that are financially supporting the channel. The very least, they should get their post written, read. And often I get super thanks merely to challenge me, and that's fine. You know, like I've said before, I'm only a man with an opinion, just like you folks, unless you're a lady, right? I have a musician background. Longtime viewers know that I'm a singer songwriter. Uh, played in every stage a man can play at, except for like a stadium or something like that. I've played at vet centers. I've played at bars. I've played at junior highs, high schools, junior colleges, universities, right? Block parties, warehouse parties, wineries. My last band had several gigs at wineries, and we were getting a good following there. And one of our members had to leave, and the band changed. My original band was called No Man's Land, or one of my original bands. It was my latest band that I had put together after retiring from music for a few years. And that band went on for approximately 10 years. And the drummer from the third drummer for that band was also an excellent guitar player, Garth O'Brien. And him and I formed a duo. And I thought rather than, the Noland and O'Brien Express or something dumb like that, I'd give it a band name. So people were confused on the billing. They go, Area 51 is playing tonight. That's right. That was the name of it. And two guys show up in acoustic guitars. So I've played hard rock, medium rock, pop rock, and singer songwriter style guitar players. And by the way, I do want to add this real quick. Uh, for the my tribal members, I have close to 150 uh, videos that cover the gambit. Sometimes it's me just talking to you guys, as the tribal members. When you join Tier 1, you get to be a tribal elder. And I hold that title seriously. This isn't just to have fun. I mean all this, folks. We have a tribe from all over this planet. And for those who become members, you can either, I think it's either five, and then the second tier is 10, unless they've increased it. I have not increased it. And the second tier, you become a tribal chieftain, right? And those people have other powers, like they can get noticed just like these super thanks because they're a tribal member. They can send a message through being either a tribal elder or a tribal chieftain, right? And the only reason I'm bringing that up is if you go over to there, you'll see several videos of both Garth and I. We did a worldwide radio broadcast from the Russian rivers, about 60, 70 miles north of San Francisco. And I've got a few of those up, plus a lot of demos I've done I talked about this on Royce on a analog high speed cassette. Okay, real thin, not a lot of headroom, and they actually got 4 tracks in on that. So it's very limited, but it gets you the idea of my songs and everything. Okay, so Beast LVX, aka who's Beast LVX, Kimberly?
Beast LVX, you told me who that was, and now I can't think of it.
You can't
Oh
remember?
my goodness.
You can't remember? Well, here's what he writes. Deuce is wild. Starting to ring a bell, darling?
Yes. Oh,
Yeah?
that's right. Deuce.
She's busy typing to you
Deuce
guys.
is wild. I'm calling him Deuce is wild anyway.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just yammering to get a few people in, and I'll get into my intro here real quick. Deuce is wild here. Still can't change my handle. A lot of people see what YouTube. Let me finish this, and I'll explain that a little bit to you, Deuce. The little I know, YouTube won't let me. Just letting my tribe know this will be my handle, at least for now. And so, Beast LVX, all right, Deuces Wild. Deuces Wild. So, kind of keep that in check. And I'll tell you what's happening with that. Uh, about a year and a half ago, I would imagine, maybe as long ago as 2 years, they started letting preferential channels use handles. And my channel was large enough to be one of those preferential channels. About 6 months later, uh, more channels were added, and by the end of the year, all channels could make up a handle. All right. And so I don't know what's going on if you're not a YouTube content creator, Deuce, but you might check into that and see, because I know that you can change your handle as a content creator, but once you've done that, you can't change it back for months. And then you got to hope it's still available. All right. So that's what I know about the handle and why everybody's coming up different. Some of you who are the same, probably uh, your handle was set up with your channel. Your channel's name is the same as what you identify with. All right. I hope that helps, Deuce. But we've been getting a lot of questions about that over on Royce and some other streams. I noticed everybody's just screaming to bloody murder, right? And what the heck is going on here? I love this. Are you there? He's just got a little kitty that's animated saying, ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
To which I reply, thank you. I appreciate it. Are you there?
Yeah.
Both these fellas have supported the channel for an amazing amount of time. Uh, and I've explained to everybody, I was in the middle of it. Lisa Ann, and I was trying to find the other gal that was in. I'm so sorry. I thought I had it committed to memory. And I'm looking at a small iPhone, so that's impossible to get there, right? But as I get to know you folks, I will deputize you. All right. But you got to be in early for that to occur. And I was looking for my usual suspects that I might add to the forces of good. And I saw Christopher there. I talked to Kimberly. I said, "What do you think about that?" She went, "Oh, yeah. No, no. All right. He's shown his mettle." And really early on, Christopher, congratulations. You're probably the earliest person I've ever deputized on this channel. That's serious. All right. But you've made your presence known. I'm getting a good vibe from you. And of course, we're talking about trolls. I'll get into that in a minute. All right. Now, for all of you who are brand new subscribers or new viewers from several of my very successful latest videos, and you're wondering, okay, this isn't quite what I saw in those videos. I'm Michael Nolan. The channel's name is Michael Nolan, the bottom line. That's my handle, right? And tonight is Tribal Forum number 81. Can you believe that, baby?
I know.
81.
Yeah.
Another 9 or 10. And if somebody were to just go, I need to catch up on his streams. and just start from the beginning and just did one stream a day, it would take them 3 months to get through that, you know,
Yes.
because I can guarantee you we will have more than 90 by the time you were done trying to do that if you started today, you know. And tonight we're going to be talking about upcoming 2026 tours. And we're going to ask the question, is this good news for us rock fans, or is this a parade of the weak and feeble? All right. Now, my longtime fans know I've got a set of uh, um, the unholy 10 of classic rock. And these are things, might as well go over it right now because these things will be some of the things we're going to be looking at as we go into these various artists that are planning on touring in 2026. All right. These are the things I think. These are the 10 things that I think are currently hurting rock and roll. And if we're not careful, could destroy the whole art form. Now, a lot of you would disagree with that all uh, altogether because what we've already gotten and whatever time period you see that as being uh, guarantees its place in history. I agree with you, but I'm talking about it continuing as an art form. I know it's probably past its prime, but as an art form that is secondary or thirdary to the most, it could still rise that far. And miracle upon miracles, it could see a resurgence that's not been unheard of in many media formats, right? But for that to occur, we got to watch out for some things, folks. I'm not a fan, number one, the unholy 10 right here of AI. All right. Now, AI as a robot that is given a specific set of instructions, go in there and isolate Paul McCartney's bass line from that mono recording and place it onto track two over here. And then isolate George's guitar from that same mono recording, put it on track four, right? That's all good. I'm not against technology, but AI now is even running the shows, and AI has a whole lot to do with avatar shows, things like that, and light shows that I personally believe some of them. I like good light show, don't get me wrong, but are so they take the attention off the performers and you watch the crowd and you could swear you're watching that which movie was it? Was it the second Matrix film where they all have an orgy down there celebrating what it's like to be human, right? Just
Yeah.
but they go mindless in that scene, right? Just pure bit. That's what I'm seeing. And I'm not seeing like young folks going, hmm, you know, wow, oh, look, did you see what he did? No, they're all busy just having an orgy of sorts, right? Number two, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Now, it's interesting in the news. Simon Kirk has come out and said that uh, that Bad Company had a brain fart there for a moment. You say, yeah, they occur occasionally. Are going to not only perform, because that was the big question. Of course, the man in doubt is Paul Rogers. He's got a ton of medical issues, folks. And it was in doubt whether they would actually perform. They are. And Simon Kirk is saying that they're going to perform two songs. They haven't released, or at least I haven't seen, and I was on this morning, they haven't released what those two songs are. Although earlier, Simon Kirk did mention that he wanted to make sure that it represented the passing members, the departed members of the band. Okay, so and the way that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame redefines what rock and roll is all about, we've spent entire streams and videos on that. Basically, I see them as redefining it. Uh, I've got really dry mouth, folks. uh, to the point that it includes rap and hip hop, you know. And I've always said hip hop is probably a frog's favorite style of music, but not mine. and I like it a lot better than rap. Uh, Now, am I against those? I know a lot of you like rap. I have a brother who likes rap, you know, and rock and roll too. I'm not meaning to, uh, distance myself from you. If you like that style, I don't like the music. But if you like that style, that's fine. All right. I see it as an art form, even though I don't care for it. Right. There's lots of art forms that I see, oh, that's artistic. I don't care for it, but it definitely is artistic. A human expression done in an artistic fashion is fine for me. Right. But with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, what they want to do is homogenize rock. I think that's bad. All right. Bringing in Missy Elliott, LL Cool J, and all the acts is wrong. And no matter what John Sykes, the chairman of the board, says, that if Missy Elliott's late uncle listened to the Supremes, right, on a radio station that also played Led Zeppelin, then she, by right, is eligible for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. What a load of codswallop. All right, so that's the second one. Number three, lip syncing and backing tracks. We'll talk a little bit more about this. Probably everybody knows by now that actually Wings of Pegasus, he's busting a whole lot, right? I haven't had a chance to see it, but his latest one is on John Fogerty. Lord help us. I hope that's not true. But of course, Don Henley of the Eagles, who once had one of the best chops, vocal chops in rock and roll, is has been busted lip syncing, right? And they're at the and we're going to mention them later on. Them at the Las Vegas Sphere, everything's so mechanized. I have been saying that I doubt the whole band is even playing live, or certain things are being duplicated and they're miming to it. And you can't blame me for thinking that. They've already tried to fool us with his so-called lead vocals, what I call non-lead vocals, right? Then, of course, number four, the high cost of concert tickets, I feel has destroying uh, and helping to bottleneck newer and younger talent from rising to the top. All right. We're going to be talking about Rush tonight. We've already done several streams and videos on Rush, and their tickets are absolutely out of hand. There is no doubt about it. And I was so looking forward to this tour with them. But I was looking forward to it being a tour where they could put a cap on their career. I encouraged them to do versions of their songs. Don't stick to the thing. Include Anika into the creative process and make it a tribute and drop the Rush name. All right. Because either you're not Rush and you're doing a tribute, or you are Rush, and this is just the beginning of a lot of nonsense. All right. So, number five, touring with no new material. We'll be talking about that tonight. See, I'm going to hit a lot of. This is the first stream where I'm going to hit a lot of my unholy 10. Bands who tour with few or no original singers. As a matter of fact, I can't think. So far, we haven't covered anything I'm not going to be covering tonight, right? And then avatar shows connected to the AI, but I keep that on its own. All right. I'm dead set against them. Uh, you're going to a 3D movie. And this is the way the music industry wants to freeze rock and roll in time, right? Present it in its avatar show so that new kids will get off on the special effects. Kids who are more interested in video games than rock and roll, right? This is a way to capture a new crowd, no doubt, but it freezes rock and roll in time. When you see ABBA and they're looking at their time and they're all still alive, but they're old and gray now, somehow it just doesn't seem right to me. And I don't think it's good for the continuance of our beloved art form. Then, number eight, political preaching or at, I should say, political preaching at paying venues. All right. And this goes for both sides of the political aisle. Yeah, I'm dead set against Kid Rock as I am dead set against Roger Waters. I'm dead set against um, what's the guitar player I never can remember, and you always he's the alt right guy, babe.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just having a horrible day trying to remember these guys.
Roger.
Well, Ted Nugent. Ted
Ted
Nugent.
Nugent.
Yeah. As I am against, I don't know, Bruce Springsteen preaching. You know, with Bruce Springsteen up there being Uncle Bob, sitting down on the stage. You know, I'm the everyman. Yeah, you're such an everyman that the video that showed you as an or the movie that showed you as a everyman is failing miserably at the box office, while you, Bruce, are out there in interviews saying, "I'd like to see more movies on my life." Okay. And then residencies. We'll be talking a whole lot about that. I'm dead set against them. It's the old folks' home for rockers to me. And the Las Vegas Sphere is king shit of all of that. And then number 10, rockers who just don't have it anymore, which leads to the bottlenecking of the music industry. And bands like Dirty Honey, I always bring these guys up as an example. I got to get some new bands. A couple of you have turned me on to them. I haven't had a chance to really look into them, but I've listened to a couple of cuts and I go, oh, I could go into that. But I always bring up Dirty Honey, Dorothy, Rival Sons, and Greta Van Fleet are bands that I've covered, less so with Greta Van Fleet with each album. It's time for them to turn it around and go back to sounding like Led Zeppelin. Everybody gave them shit for that, right? But nobody gave ELO shit for sounding like the Beatles or Badfinger shit for sounding like the Beatles, right? Would they be a derivative band of Led Zeppelin? Of course they would. Just like Led Zeppelin was a derivative band of a lot of famous blues songwriters. Okay, so, uh, but anyway, if Greta would just get back to the basics, but they seem to be pandering to a new and younger crowd. The problem is there a new and younger crowd worth listening to? So tonight, as I go through this list, keep this in mind: illnesses, both past and present with these people. New music by them. Are they offering us anything? How are the ticket prices? How many shows are they going to give? Why are some of them back to touring when they've already said they were done? We'll talk about one artist, one female artist tonight that fits that perfectly tonight. As a matter of fact, we're going to cover a few that have said they were done and they're back. And then what I want to do right now is go to my poll. I was mentioning I have a current set of polls, and I do apologize, folks, for getting these polls out too late. To tell you the truth, I thought I had the time and I was late writing the information. You know, basically, they're just like one sentence notes to remind me what to yammer on for the next 2 minutes. But I did have to take some screenshots and stuff, so I was late getting up to the post. So we don't have a major amount of people uh, in yet. Let me go. Which was
We got 71 right now.
yeah, 71 viewers. Welcome. And yeah, as I'm taking care of this, this is all going to make sense. All right. You have to kind of go with the limitations of a live stream, folks. And that's one of the reasons my wife is my producer. That's why you see her writing in the comments and not me. I try to keep the rhythm going as much as I can and yet keep it live and know some of the people that I'm out there, that are out there. I know so many of you, right? And I keep you guys in mind when I make these. As a matter of fact, some of my streams are the ideas of some of you. And I always credit you when that happens. I appreciate it. All right. So, part one, we have 161. This is 3 hours ago, and I just put part four up just before I started typing in pre-show. But which of the following acts touring in 2026? This will be the question for all of them. Which of the following acts touring in 2026 are you excited to see? Now, in this first group of four, you could have chose Journey, Heart, Bon Jovi, or Rush. Right now, with a 77% lead, Rush is leading with Heart second at 12%, and Journey at is tied with Bon Jovi, each at 6%. Again, out of the next group, Metallica, Styx, Iron Maiden, Def Leppard. Right now, leading. Early on, it was Metallica, right? But Iron Maiden is getting 43% of the vote. If I could have voted, I would have voted for Def Leppard, all right, or Metallica. You know, that would have been a tough choice, but they only got 11%. They're in last place. In third to, or second to last place, Styx, 17%. Interesting, because we're going to talk. Matter of fact, we're going to talk about all these bands, right? And Metallica is in second place at 29%. So they're not out of the running yet. And this is very early in the polls. That second part had 127 votes, and the votes will go down as I keep going here, folks, because each part is newer. Part three, 90 votes in so far with the following people to choose from. Are you excited to see the Eagles, Foo Fighters, Twisted Sister, or Carlos Santana? In last place, and just barely, the Eagles. I couldn't have put them. I would have hoped they'd be so far in last place. I'm surprised they got votes. Really. In second to last place, beating the Eagles by 1%, Twisted Sister. All right. Twisted Sister is outranking the Eagles. That's how much damage the Eagles have done to their legacy. All right. And then in second place, the Foo Fighters. But first, I'm surprised at this. This is one of my heroes. He's probably my fifth favorite guitarist of all time, certainly number six. I'd have to go back how I ranked him because I readjusted a couple. But we're talking a top five guitar. This is a master. 41% of you want to see him. And then the next group and the last group. And then keep in mind, I'm going to put a part five. So we'll be discussing five more bands than are in the poll tonight, right? But I'll put that part five after, and then we'll see. After the poll has a few days, if we'll take a look at it on my next stream on Sunday. I stream on Sunday nights at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and Wednesday nights at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Adjust your local times accordingly. Now on Sundays it's a shorter stream because I get off in time so I can go over to the Four Horsemen. My good buddy Royce has made me one of the four permanent horsemen. I was telling you guys there was an announcement coming, and Royce finally announced it. We now have four permanent four horsemen, right? So Royce is the black horse of resurrection. I'm Warhorse, the red horse. Dan McNew is Conquest, the white horse, and the pale horse is now taken permanently by Chris Elliott. Congratulations, Chris. I knew of this decision way before this was announced. And I'll let you know, Chris, if you're out there. I don't know. If any of the four horsemen show up in the comments, let me know, baby. I'd like to,
I will
at
let
least
you
feature
know.
one of their comments.
Absolutely.
Chris Elliott or Dan McNew or just the Facts Man or the Four Horsemen, Royce. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So the choice was between Chicago, Foreigner, Duran Duran, and Poison. In last place, oh, uh, uh, my prayers were answered. Foreigner. All right. In second to last place, I'm not unhappy with this. Poison. All right. And then in second place with 37%, and I would like to see these guys, Duran Duran. I like good pop. They used to be called the Fab
Those
Five.
were the
They were
days.
So freaking hot in the 80s. And then they had that comeback, the wedding album. Ugh. And then Chicago is in first place with 37%. All right. So keep all of that in mind. But first, I got to get down to channel business. Troll alert, troll alert. All right. We've been getting tons of trolls with very inappropriate uh, comments coming. And what I've been encouraging everybody to
We've
do.
had several, but the guys have demolished them.
Oh, we've already had them.
Yeah.
Welcome to the tribe, baby.
Mhm.
Yeah. Can't get
Some
past
pretty
that wall, can you?
ugly.
Yep. Try as you may. Evidently there's this nerd out there, you know, and he must have torn down his David Cassidy posters and put up mine. I think he looks at me every morning when he wakes up and go, "How can I ruin his life?" You know, you can't ruin my life, brother. Sorry, ain't gonna happen. My army in the tribe will protect me. Dumb shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, troll alert, troll alert. Sounds like the marshals are doing well. Good. I'm going to look at some of these comments later, folks. Again, welcome back for the second time. This is the second time I mentioned, but all these super thanks and things we got started with one man. That was James W. Delk. I love the man. He's also known as Storm Cop 55. He was in the. He's getting his strength back. He's been ill. He was in the hospital. We were all concerned, but I saw him earlier, and the last word I heard from him is he is getting better. He's back at home. He's no longer in the hospital, and that recovery is slow. So give the man a break as he gets back into the swing of things. The channel has hit 46,500 subscribers. I told you we were going to hit that, right? Not only that, can you dig this? We're over halfway to get to 46,600, right? A lot of you have been hyping my videos. I'll be right with you. Who is that?
Gear Jam.
Gear Jam.
Just came
Oh
in with
man,
a super
Gear
thanks.
Jam, the man.
Thank you so much, Gear Jam.
I'll be right with you, Gear Jam. And if I get to going here, baby, bring me back to that.
Okay.
Now, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, uh, subscribership and everything. Uh, Part of the reason is several of my latest videos. The channel's on a bit of a resurge, right? I've been honest with you when we were going through difficult times regarding these issues. And I'll be just as honest with you if we find ourselves slowly but surely digging ourselves out of what has been a mass amount of unsubscribing on the back end that has nothing to do. 98% of your unsubscriptions come from your last 30 videos, ain't happening there. And so that's an indication that, you know what that's an indication of. Okay. It's not necessarily that the tribe is not growing. It's just more stuff taken off the back end. And we've hit into retro rocket, time here, folks. 46.5, and we're halfway to 46.6. And if you are watching me for the first time, please hit that subscribe to the tribe button, tap that top bell icon so that you can be notified of all my future videos. Ah, and also, we are the tribe. All of that sounds familiar to my longtime viewers. Hit up on some of my videos over the last few months. You'll see that mantra being repeated more than once. Uh, the um, the channel also here. Dig this now. Just less than a month ago, I told you we hit 12 million right views in less than 4 years. Now, yesterday capped off 4 years for me. Now, not as a rock channel, but that's when I joined YouTube. I was a tech oriented channel. All those videos are still up, embarrassing as they were. But I leave everything out. I let everything hang out. You can see everything on this channel. And it was in February 15th, that I turned the channel over to a rock channel. So we're still on our fourth year there. But I just concluded my fourth year on YouTube. We're going into my fifth year, and in February, we'll be discussing what's coming on the fifth season here. Okay. So that's how that works. And I said 12 million. And then, like 2 weeks later, I reported we had 12 and a half million, right? I just reported we had 12 and a half million. You guys who have been on my streams heard that. Those are all what, my last two streams, right? Well, here's the deal. From 12 and a half million, we are now zeroing in on 12.7 million views, over 150,000 views for the channel in days, folks. Days. So we're doing real good there. I always bring this stuff up for you new viewers because the tribe wants to hear this stuff. They're all part of this. See, this isn't me. I'm not bragging about myself here. I'm bragging about you folks. This is your victory. All right. You've grown your tribe. I'm merely the tribe master. And I reluctantly took that on, didn't I? You guys made me tribe master, but it's your tribe. And tribe master here only means I get to speak first, right? And then you guys let me have it, whether you agree with me or disagree with me, as long as it's respectful, your comments are welcomed. All right. I'm not the be all end all. I'm a man with an opinion. Always remember that. A lot of you are still complaining. I still get notes. I'm being unsubscribed. Yeah, I never unsubscribed to you. So check to see if you're still subscribed. This is part of that problem. And also check to see if your notification is enabled, the bell, right? That way you'll be notified of all my future videos. You go, well, why do I need to be notified? You stream every Sunday and Wednesday. Every once in a while, things change, right? And notifications will rectify whether you make that stream or not. Okay. And that's because of where we are in the development of this stream. 81 streams. We started January 18th and we're going strong, baby. Let's see. That about does it. Okay. And then it said, yeah, my notes are telling me go to news items. I already covered one news item, and then we're going to get into the main focus here. Where is that? My goodness. Well, we'll get into that a little bit later. What I really want to do right now is do my usual shout outs to those who gave us super thanks on my very last stream. This was just on Sunday, folks, and I appreciate each and every one of you so much. You know what I feel about it. You are helping to keep this channel alive. Deuces Wild was in with a $20 super thanks. David L was in with a $50 super thanks. My goodness, that blew us away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost jumped out of my socks,
Oh,
baby.
that was just so sweet.
Yeah,
What a blessing.
but just as vital, and I always say this, Rockin' Robinberg swung the deuce hammer and gave us a $2 super thanks. And those mount up really quickly for those of you who can't give much, $2 wouldn't help. It really does. Thank you, Rockin' Robin. Uh, John C gave us a $5 super thanks. Thanks, John. Good to see you in there. Irger Splitten Laudenboomer, aka Gear Jam, who's coming in as Gear Jam these days.
Oh, you're. Oh, is that? Oh.
Well, he's got a dual identity, doesn't
Okay,
he?
because I was saying that I was praying for Irgishblitten,
Uh,
and
you're talking to Gear Jam.
thinking that he wasn't in the.
Do you know how many times I've told her that Irger Splitten is Gear Jam? And she remembers it for a whole 5 minutes.
Sorry, Irgishblitten.
No, that's cool. We took care of some business there. He came in with a deuce hammer. Michael Boswell, good to see you, Michael. I just got to your comment on my members only video, Michael, and I responded. Let's see. I like to respond to members quicker than that. I apologize. He gave us a $2 super thanks. Michael Boswell then repeated that favor with another $2 super thanks. The Four Horsemen, aka Royce Eddings, my good buddy, and fellow brother channel to this channel. I highly recommend each and every one of you to subscribe to him. He's had a bit of a growth, but we want to maintain that. And I'm over there all the time, folks. So there's a good reason to sub to him if you're, of the tribe. So many of you join us over there. We'd like to have more of you, you know. And it's just an honest discussion on a subject in rock and roll that Royce chooses. It's his channel. He runs the show, and he allows me great freedom over there. I appreciate that. I've told him I've got to say what's on my mind, and he goes, "That's cool with me, Michael." He trusts me, right? He's had to reel me in a couple of times though. Agent Pepsi One, we were worried about her for a while, but she's returned for a couple of streams now. She even gave us a $5 super thanks. The divine Agent Pepsi One and Tribal Marshal, I might add. Joss came in, Jos, with a $10 super thanks. Thanks, Joss. Ben Scheidegger, who was in earlier, with a $2 super thanks. Hi, Ben. Good to see you back. He's been back now for a little bit. He was under the weather or something happening there. Life happens, folks. But it's always good to embrace you back into the tribe anytime. It's a lifetime membership, buddy. Then Rock and Robert followed her $2 super thanks with another Deuce Hammer, $2, as did Are You There? And he's already been in tonight. He swung a Deuce Hammer there. And then Just the Facts Man, the other channel that is a brother channel to this, he has a wider palette of things he covers from astronomy to rock and roll, folks. He's done some amazing work over there. And he's thinking of traveling to England and putting together a bit of a documentary, you know. So get on over there so you get notified of that. That's upcoming, but be, forearmed and forewarned. That's all I can say. And he gave us a $10 super thanks. All right. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Actually, that brings me to this point here. All right. Um, what was this? Yeah, in the news, and then we're going to get to these bands. Stevie Nicks is talking to Lindsey Buckingham. Can you imagine that? Now, why would that happen? I thought she was done with him. She's the one who got him kicked out permanently from Fleetwood Mac. What the hell is up? That's it, man. We've heard nothing but poison from her. Now, I wonder why there could be a problem or a situation where these two would get back together. Well, this year they re-released the Buckingham and Nicks album. Now, this was the album that impressed Mick Fleetwood, um, and not a lot of other people. Although I've heard some tracks off, it's fine. It pretty much sounds like what Fleetwood Mac would eventually come to, a little bit anyway. And anyway, there's been a lot of interest in people wanting that album. It's selling well. I still haven't made up my mind. I'm going to have to check and see what they're asking for it and everything, if it's even still available. But I smell a, a rat here because right alongside that, there was this article talking about who's going to MC the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, right? None other than Joe Perry of Aerosmith and Fleetwood Mac himself, Mick Fleetwood. Can you imagine that? Now, who have I covered over the last 2 years more than Stevie Nicks practically? It's Mick Fleetwood. Because he has been famous for wanting this band back together one more time, despite the passing of Christine McVie. We've done supposing videos on this and everything, haven't we, folks? All right. And he's set at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Could there be an announcement coming? Now I've got Disney Plus, and I'll probably watch the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame after skip through it and everything. So because I have a rock channel, I have to watch it. I watch it so you guys don't have to, and a whole lot of you don't. Most of you catch up in clips on YouTube, don't you? Because it's such a sham. But that's also going on. Just absolutely amazing. And then what was this? Yeah, Yeah, she was saying she owed Lindsey Buckingham a phone call or whatever. Okay, and yeah, All right, I covered it all. I covered it all there. So now I need to get on over here. All right, so who's touring? Who's touring in 2026? Who's made the announcements? Now, we've already discussed a lot of them, but I'm going to be reading a bit of a blurb from each one of these. And keep in mind all those things we talked about. Do they have new material? When was the last album put out? Right? And all of that. As a matter of, all right, we'll cover that because I've got a whole list of these guys and when was the last album they put out. So keep all of that in mind. The Guess Who, all right, they're going to be doing a tour in 2026. This channel's covered that right and left. As a matter of fact, one of my most successful videos, with over 50,000 views, covered it when I covered how um, uh, the their keyboardist, what's his name? Randy Bachman and my goodness, I'm having, and of course they wouldn't have his name here.
Burton Cummings? No.
Burton Cummings. Thank you,
Yeah.
darling.
Okay.
See, she saves me. She just threw me a lifesaver, folks. But anyway, he put a stop to anybody playing his music. Radio stations couldn't play his music. He couldn't play his music. So he was losing money on both of those aspects. But more importantly, the fake Guess Who couldn't use his music, and that put an end to their career. And then there were discussions behind the scenes, and Bachman and Cummings both got voting blocks and ownership of the uh, despicably owned uh, a bass player. I forget his name. He was with the group and he was fired, right? Then he wanted to use it temporarily, and Burton Cummings and Randy Bachman gave him permission, right? And then he uh, used that for a special concert. And once he looked into it, he found out the Guess Who stupidly did not trademark their name. He trademarked it and became the owner of the Guess Who, and started putting in, you know, uh, he started putting in ringers into the band. It got so bad that the fake Guess Who was their photos were being displayed on original songs by Burton Cummings and Randy Bachman. They're going to be back, and let's see. Uh, oh yeah, Randy Bachman here says that they're going to do a 2 to 3 hour Springsteen kind of show. And he says it'll be the unveiling of the Guess Who are back. That doesn't sound like a final tour or anything. Not that they ever claimed this is our final tour. They just claimed they were going to tour. But evidently, the Guess Who are back. All right. Now, boy, I really want to see them. You know, if ticket prices are good, I'd love to see them. That's been one of my favorite bands. My second favorite Canadian band, right? Uh, but it's going to be, and we'll discuss this later, but it's going to be a jukebox hero kind of tour. You know, uh, material that they've done in decades, right? So keep that in mind. Is that something that would be a Debbie Downer for you? Or is this a band? See, this is one of the bands that almost makes me second guess my rules. You know, I like to see bands who are doing current material and all of that. I'm not so much a big fan of the, jukebox bands that are out there just playing the hits. I think that's a mistake. What's that,
Oh
darling?
no, I just said jukebox heroes.
Jukebox Heroes, yeah. And one of those bands that do that has that song, huh?
Yeah.
Megadeth. All right. Um, they're going to be touring. They're going to start in Europe and then they're going to tour North America uh, uh, with already confirmed shows through September in Boston, Toronto, Montreal, Charlotte, San Antonio, Los Angeles, and among others. A final album is also planned. And then here's what he has to say, Dave Mustaine. He says, "Don't be mad. Don't be sad. Be happy for us all. come and celebrate with me these next few years. So, this big goodbye tour is at least going to be here till 2029. I'm betting we'll be still seeing Dave Mustaine and company in 2030 and beyond. What about Rick Wakeman? He's touring with his son, who used to be a card carrying member of Yes as well. And he's going to be out touring. Let's see, dozens, he's going to half a dozen of concerts. Oh, yeah. But this year he got sick. So can we, I mean, he had to cancel several concerts this year due to health issues. Again, that's one of the concerns we're looking at here. People who have had health concerns and they're still out there touring. Sometimes those health concerns even get in the way of them being able to play their instrument or to sing. We'll talk more about that as we go along. Nine Inch Nails is up. They're going to be setting their sights with 20, what was it, 20 dates so far. The next tour kicks off in February at New Orleans and then hits Boston, Montreal, Dallas, and San Diego, among others, and before concluding in March in Sacramento. Is that true? Gotta ask. Sacramento ain't too far from here. I might look into that.
No, it's not.
Tesla is already out on the road, and they're going to continue going through uh, 2026. They're going to be their stops include New York, New Jersey, Nevada, Mexico, Pennsylvania, and Connecticut. They also play a residency over 5 nights at the House of Blues in Las Vegas. Uh oh. Yeah, Tesla. When I was with No Man's Land, several people told me some of our stuff sounded like Tesla. I'm not a big Tesla fan. I've only heard a couple of things, and I never heard the similarity at all. Cyndi Lauper, the devil, you say? No, I'm not kidding. But wasn't she just on her farewell so long tour? She just wrapped it up in August, Michael. How can this be so? Well, she's changed her mind, as women often do. And she's going to open up with a residency in Las Vegas. Isn't that wonderful? Yes, April and May in the Coliseum at Caesar's Palace. And she will be a member of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame by then. Yeah. Amazing getting that little award. What did we see with Peter Frampton? I'm out of here so long, so I can't even move my fingers. They hurt so bad. And then he gets the nomination and he's on tour, you know. And if he's not currently touring, he's in between them. Nothing, boy. That award must be magic. It cures disease,
Yeah.
baby.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Poison is out. Oh, God. Drummer Ricky Rocket confirms plan to tour in 2026. They hope to celebrate the 40th anniversary of their debut album, 1986's Look What the Cat Dragged In, which might be a wonderful way to introduce that band. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce to you to Look What the Cat Dragged In. Poison. Amazing. Duran Duran is out, and I was surprised they got a. They've had several recent albums. I love them. I think they're wonderful. Um, yeah, I already said why, but I thought they were pretty much down to like fairgrounds and stuff at this point, with an occasional, high profile gig, and I've seen a few of those performances uh, on YouTube. But I thought those type of gigs were far and few between. Maybe some of you could let me know. Maybe their tours have been ramped up because I thought they were kind of doing the oldies circuit there for a while. Foreigner has confirmed 10 dates so far for 2026. 5 opening shows are set for the Venetian Theater in Las Vegas, Nevada. All right, folks. Now, How many have we already quoted? And there's going to be more. And Las Vegas is going to be brought up a whole lot here. How many of you remember the good old days when a band had to travel to you? We're coming to your town. We'll help you party down. We're an American band. That might mean a 2 hour drive for you if you're on the outskirts of where they would tour.
Great Canadian band. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is bullshit, people. This is just absolute bullshit. You know, uh, everybody's got to now fly in, drive in, take a transcontinental flight to see these bands. Now we're the ones that are coming to their town to help them party down. They ain't no American band to me. What a load of rubbish. Chicago. Now they've only got three original members, two of the horn players and Robert Lom. It wasn't too long ago. He must be back in the fold because there was only two of them left, and one of them was going to leave, and that would have left only one. And he was talking about looking at his replacement, and that Chicago will eventually become just all new people, Chicago too, right? And that seems to be where they're going. But if three, what they had eight members, I thought seven or eight members, but that's three of those members. Is that enough for you to consider this still Chicago? Robert Lom is a major player with Chicago. He kind of got outshined early. With their guitarist. And later on, once uh, uh, Peter slimmed down and became the belle of the ball, he kind of would take, back seats almost. But it was his early hits that drove that band, right? Carlos Santana, all right. This says he's got dates to features more than 15 performances. And let's see, and he's also going to do a residency in Las Vegas. Get your airplane tickets out, folks. Let's see. And also, now he's been postponing shows on and off over the last couple of years due to health. But that's okay. I think I can do it from Las Vegas. Get me a penthouse, somebody, right? Twisted Sister. Now, I never liked Twisted Sister. Ever, ever, ever. But I like Dee Snider. You know, his outrageous just says what's on his mind right to the very faces of Congress. I always liked him, and so I had a lot of respect for him when he said, "Yeah, Twisted Sister's over." No, no, they're out and again, and so he's going against his word, right? What about Foo Fighters? All right, we expected the Foo Fighters. It's been a while since 2024 after uh, Taylor Hawkins died, and they've been replacing and getting ready, and now they're going to do it up proper. The Eagles are going to start 2026 off by doing their residency at the Sphere again and again and again. When I first started this channel, folks, they were my prime example. And I swear to God, when I made those original videos going, the tour that never ends, right? The never ending so long, farewell, sayonara, wouldn't want to see you, wouldn't want to be your tour, right? And I swear to God, I thought I won't get much mileage out of this because they're just about dead anyway, right? And that was 2022. It's 2025, and they're going out strong in 2026. As a matter of fact, they're even featuring more and more of Joe Walsh, which is sad because I like Joe Walsh. I'm a Joe Walsh fan, but I won't go and see him if I have to endure the lip sinker, Don Henley, the power control broker, Don Henley, who whose power grip has only increased since Glenn Fry's death. They at least together were two assholes that treated other band members like shit. Now there's just one asshole left. Def Leppard is coming out. Let's see. Las Vegas shows. Okay. Las Vegas shows. Iron Maiden is coming out. Let's see if their Anthrax has supported stadium shows. Oh, thank God. And they did real well in the poll. They're actually doing, they're coming to your town, folks. Sounds like to me. That's a decent band. Sticks. Let's see, what are they up? Now, a lot of you don't like Sticks. I know there's a whole large contingency of you that don't like Sticks. I'm kind of half and half on that camp. I don't like their cloying babe and all of that stuff. Although I love Domo Arigato, Mr. Roboto. Uh, that took a doing right there. But they've also put out some great classic rock tunes. And here's the other thing. They've consistently made new albums without Dennis DeYoung there. They're carving out a new identity and they are making new material. They're still in the game, but they didn't do as well on the poll, and maybe that's because everybody wants them to do nothing but the old hits. I don't know. Maybe they're not offering enough of the old hits. I know there are DeYoung songs they won't touch. Of course, Metallica is going strong. They're going to kick off in May in Athens, Greece, ends in July in London. And does it say anything for? They're going to just continue with the European dates at this point. So next year, folks, 2027 anyway. And special guest star for theirs will be Pantera. Can you even call them Pantera? Sorry, Dan. Gojira and Avatar. Great name for a band there, huh? Okay, and then there's let's see, what's happening here.
Kate says Grand Illusion is fabulous.
Yes, it is. That's my favorite album by Styx, if that's what you're talking about.
Grand Illusion.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, let's see. Journey's going to be out there. Neil Sean says about 120 shows, and they're going to go through 2027. All right. And Jonathan Kane is saying that next year will be that this will be the final tour. So he'll go on through 2027. It's going to be a very different show. We're going to get up there and the sets are going to be much longer, says Neil. And there's, thoughts going back and forth that the new singer needs to go. There's always that whole thing. Bon Jovi is going to resume a tour in 2026. I have not heard his voice since he got the vocal reprobation surgery. So I can't see. I happen to be a Bon Jovi fan. I love him. I know a lot of you guys don't like him out there, but I do. And I can only wish John Bon Jovi to get better, but it's not going to be. It's not the band Bon Jovi to me unless it has Richie Sambora.
Richie Sambora. Yes.
Sambora, yep. See, she's a major Bon Jovi fan, even bigger than me.
I'll take Richie Sambora.
Yeah, she goes, between the two of them, I'll take Richie Sambora.
Yeah.
Right? Guns N' Roses. Okay. Let's see, who else? All right, 2026. And here's a blurb I said. Who's playing at Las Vegas? Let's see. Sphere. The Sphere will be hosting the Eagles, Chicago, Tesla, Def Leppard, Iron Maiden, Megadeth, Anthrax, Heart. Oh my God, is there no end? And Guns N' Roses are finally returning to the U.S. as well. Can you believe this shit? All right. So let me get back to you guys here. Because, before I do that, if I get back over here and do where I'm supposed to be, okay, something's up.
You knew
Come
that
on
thing
now.
was going to happen.
What's that?
I said you knew that was going to happen.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I lose it and then I can't get back. But I'm quicker than lightning, baby.
All of our
I'll get back in there.
Haunted.
What's that?
I said all our devices are haunted.
I know. It's getting bad, isn't it?
It is.
All right. So now, dig this. I put this list together, and I wanted to get into this before I get a chance to kind of go over some of your comments and stuff out there. These are some of them, most of them, artists that I've just covered. And here is their last album. All right. I think a band should have a current album out. No, you know, the outside for certain bands, maybe no older than 5 years, but really, 3 years. If they've got an album out in the last 3 years, I'd say that is semi-current, right? That's new enough. 5 years is pushing it. Let me know what you guys think. What is a new album to you? How how long does a new album remain a new album for you? In other words, how long does it become a new album? It stays a new album, and you'll go see the band, especially because of the cuts on that album. Def Leppard, they put out Diamond Star Halos in 2022. Let's see, that's 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's about 3 years. So, and I love that album. All right. So I could see them still touring that album. Heart, the last thing they put out was Beautiful Broken in 2016, was not impressed. And that's 9 years since they put out anything. Jukebox. All right. When you hear me say jukebox, that's what that kind of band is. All right. So I deign heart to be a jukebox band, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you saying something?
Oh, I was somebody brought up Kings of Leon, and I like them.
Oh yeah. I didn't know they were out touring. I didn't see anything on them.
I don't know if they are, but
What about Guns N' Roses, folks? Chinese Democracy, 2008. They're out there. Jukebox.
yeah,
Journey.
they're in Las Vegas. They're going to be in Las Vegas.
Oh, really?
Kings of Leon. Yep.
Oh, I'll check it. I'll check that stuff out. I always review my streams, so I'll get the info on that. Uh, Chinese Democracy 2008. I can't believe that. I'm grateful they haven't put out anything other than that. I'm not a great Axl Rose fan, but Jukebox. Journey put out an album in 2022, so that's fairly new. At least they're putting out stuff. I'm not sure how much of that album they're playing, but they do have a recent album. Probably play two cuts off of it, right? Especially if they're going to extend the set. Kind of hope to promote some late sales for it and everything. Metallica put out 72 Seasons. You guys know what I think about that album. That's great, right? A bit of a departure for them. Like to see them get back to some old form now that they've done that, but I liked it. I liked it a lot. 2023. So they've got new stuff. Tesla, Shock was released in 2019. Now we're getting a little old in the tooth, folks. Uh, that would have to be a jukebox, except that Tesla, I don't see them as a one hit factory, more of an album hit factory, right? Styx, they did Circling from Above in 2025. So they got a brand new album. And as I said before, they've been putting albums out every couple, 3 years, right? So they're serious about still remaining artists in this day and age of performers, right? Iron Maiden, Senjutsu 2021. Hmm, there you go. You guys decide. I don't know. Is that too old? If it was the right band, no, for me. But for Iron Maiden, yeah, that's too old. Uh, the Eagles, Long Road Out of Eden 2007. My goodness. You guys, I could go on a rant on the Eagles. I already have, kind of, haven't I? So, anyway, what's that, babe?
Joe Bonamassa was brought up.
Is he out touring currently?
I don't know, but I'm sure we could find out.
What are you saying about Joe?
Oh, they brought him up
in the comments?
Yeah.
Yeah, great guitar player. Old school type of guitar player. That's why I love him. Yeah, and best album to get if you don't know too much about him is what it Redemption, is that it?
Let's see.
That song I showed you? Yeah, great album. Fantastic album.
Blues rock. Yeah.
Let's see. Iron Maiden. Okay, I covered them. The Eagles' Long Road Out. I covered them. Twisted Sister, a twisted Christmas in the early '80s, and his promise that he would go away and never show up again. He's back. Santana, Blessings and Miracles in 2021. For Santana, that would be good enough for me. All right. Yeah, I don't care if that came out in
He's touring.
2019.
He's touring too. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But he's had so many medical issues, baby.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Well, that's the nature
Yeah.
of.
Can he deliver? That's part of the problem.
Yeah.
Chicago just recently put out Chicago 38. God. Uh, and, three original members. Okay, good. Uh, Foreigner, Can't Slow Down, 2009. Uh, and I could go on a wait a minute. He already went on a rant about Foreigner. The band that pretends to be the band that it is not, in my opinion. Duran Duran, I was surprised about this. Uh, Dance Macabre, 2023. And then I found out they had been putting out other albums. True Artists, the Five, right? Uh, then Cyndi Lauper, Detour, 2016. After she swore she was done, but now she's, you know, oh, her precious little white hair. I could see her in her cane in the lobby, at the Sphere. Which way to stage left? Oh well, I don't know. And I was not, her induction was one of those that I thought, well, it's better than some. At least she's closer to rock and roll, but real rock and roll, I don't know. More of a pop artist to me. Uh, then Poison put out Poisoned in 2007. Thanks, Brett. And Nine Inch Nails, Ghosts 6, Locust in 2020. All right. And they're going to be close. So I might, I'd have to listen. I haven't listened to their latest stuff. All right. But if that, that could interest me. Rick Wakeman, Melancholia, 2025, as we mentioned before. So he's still making new music. Kudos to him. Megadeth has their album, Megadeth, coming out in 2026, and they're going to be touring. Wow, impressive, wonderful. The best that they get the 5 stars for tonight. They're touring 2026. They got a 2026 album to tour with. Now, tour that damn album, Megadeth, because I don't believe you. I think you'll be back. And the Guess Who, Power in the Music, 1975. And they get the 1 star
Hey, hon.
in that regard. Yeah, baby.
Beast LVX says that we should check out Black Country Communion. Glenn Hughes, Joe Bonamassa, Derek Sherinian, I guess, and Jason Bonham, old
Ooh.
school, 70s throwback.
And where is this at? Where can I find this?
Just check them out.
Just check them out. I will.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Major Joe Bonamassa fan. I've been looking for him to show up anywhere near my neighborhood.
There's November dates for his tour.
Yeah.
Joe
Oh, okay,
Bonamassa,
good.
yeah.
I'll check it out. Oh, I'd love to go to a Joe Bonamassa.
Yeah, like the third.
Oh God, I'm a guitar player. I could just sit.
Yeah.
If I could get close enough and watch him work.
Columbus, Ohio, to see him on.
Oh, good Lord, yeah.
But yeah.
Wow. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. All right. So let's get back here. I want to see what you guys are up to. I'm just going to pick at random here because there's so many comments. Kate says, I want to go back to Vegas. Caitlin, is there no end to your shame? Good Lord, girl. Now, Caitlin loves Vegas. She's a Vegas girl. She just recently went on vacation there. We're giving her a hard time for that. She's about pro Vegas as I am anti Vegas, and I live a lot closer. Let's see. Too close, if you ask me. Derek says, if y'all haven't seen Larkin Poe live, you're missing out on some very talented ladies. I'll check them out. Thank you. I appreciate that, Derek. Um, let's see. I have a DVD of Styx doing Grand Illusion and Pieces of Eight live. It's fantastic. Is it? I'll check. I'll look for that. That's wonderful. God, so many of you already disappeared. I can only go up here so far. Lee Page says, I've seen Styx a bunch of times, and I've seen Dennis DeYoung several times. Don't need to see them again, but if they came to town, you never know. I know. And you know, I listened. I was covering them about a year and a half ago, and I listened to some of their latest stuff. I haven't really listened to it since then. Um, you know, there's only so much time running a rock channel, but I was impressed with several of their latest outings. Christopher Francis, one of our brand. Oh, look at that star! Look at that wrench! Ugh. Winery Dogs is good too. That's Portnoy from Dream Theater and others. Okay, I'll check him out too. Yeah, I got to do some listening. It's been a couple of decades. Yeah, I got to catch up on that. Dalek Lives Matter. Nine Inch Nails are epic live. They've gone very electronic lately. Yeah, they have. The little bit that I've heard. Jay Cliban. Hey, it's good to see you, brother. All right, then. I regret I got to split. Good night, all. Cheers to you, Nolenders. See you all on Sunday. Sorry I missed you, Jay, but if you catch this on the replay, uh, I at least got to one of your comments here. Who else is up here? Uh, Bino Perea? Is that
Pereira.
Pereira?
Yeah,
Pereira? With
Pereira.
the I in there? Pereira here?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Pereira.
Okay. Glenn Hughes still has a great voice. Yes, he does. I've been watching a lot of him. Isn't he on his last legs tour? He's getting ready
Glenn
to
Hughes.
call it a day. Glenn Hughes was the bass player that Deep Purple hired
Yeah, yeah, he has
when,
a great voice.
yeah,
Yeah,
for the Burn album. And he would sing co-lead vocals with David Coverdale, baby.
yeah,
And to tell you the truth, I love David Coverdale, but I absolutely love Glenn Hughes. Did you guys know he didn't want to be a bass player? Yeah, he had no inclination. He's a great bass player on top of having some of the best. And man, his hair's gone gray, but his vocals are golden, folks. What? Yeah, you know, eternal youth. You know, he's almost like the Dick Clark of. I consider you could say he's heavy metalish, wouldn't you? Certainly heavy rock. Lee Page says Anthony comes puts on a great show. Also, Samantha Fish puts on a great show. If they come to your town, go see them. You'll love them. I love some of these suggestions, baby.
yeah,
Yeah, they're
yeah.
really coming through, aren't they?
And Bino Pereira said I pronounced it correctly.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
All right. So, all right, yeah, because we were having a debate about that the last time you checked in, weren't we?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Uh, Bodil Bodil Asip, been a while. Just saw Joe last month at Bourbon and Beyond before Fish. Both amazing. Wow. But Mick Jones says it's foreigner, Christopher Francis said. Yeah. Has anyone actually seen him say that these days? He's a no show, man. Now, you know who's in charge of that band? Jeff Pilson. Yeah, he's the spokesman for the band. All right. Mick Jones doesn't come out of hiding. And Jeff Pilson is the guy now. And you know what? It's interesting. I will say this that in all of my videos concerning Foreigner, I've been calling that right along. Watch that guy. Watch that guy. He's making all these claims, and whatever claims he made versus the claims Kelly Hansen made, those claims eventually came true. But all these claims about the direction of the band and everything coming out of his lips came true. The man's got power in the band. He's set to take Foreigner 2 on, and maybe he'll pass on the reins to his son for Foreigner 3. But I don't see any Foreigner up there whatsoever, folks. All right, let's see. By the way, my attire is in honor of this is the closest I'm going to get to honor Halloween, right? And I hope you're all having a wonderful set of holidays. It starts about now, doesn't it? And I hope you're all safe and sound. And tonight, I hope I didn't come off too negative, but these are things we got to keep in mind. These are things that are killing. So many of these bands are they're guilty of four, five, six, seven of the unholy 10 of classic rock. You know, the unholy 10 sins. Maybe I'll amend that of classic rock. They're guilty of it. When do we finally say enough is enough? Right? All right, folks. Well, we went an hour and a half today. I'm still building my strength for uh, these Wednesday streams. I can always go a little longer. Got to a few of you there at the end, had a ton of information. I hope you enjoyed it. We had a great crowd tonight. You guys make this stream. All of that bragging I did at the beginning of the stream, just pat yourself on the back. All I do is make this stuff. You guys have to watch it. If you don't watch it, there's no me, right? Okay, folks, I love each and every one of you. Uh, I will talk to you soon. My next stream will be Wednesday, or Wednesday. It is Wednesday, Noland. We'll be on Sunday at 5. Afterwards at 6:30, I join Royce Eddings over at the Four Horsemen as Warhorse. See, Irger Splitting, Loudenboomer, he ain't the only guy that's got a dual identity, right? And I hope you're all doing fine and wonderful. You guys make this whole thing come true. Be sure to check out, I've got another short out. Vote on that poll. I've got a new video out based on my last stream that's doing real well. We've gotten a lot of new subscribers on that. I often will take portions of the stream and create and make a dedicated video for there. That stream got only 800 and some 850 views, something like that. Definitely 800. And but the video based on it has gotten over 4,500 views. I want to thank each and every one of you for supporting that. Oh my goodness.
Royce just came in with
Oh my goodness.
He just showed up to the stream.
Well, okay, so
Oh, Royce, thank you.
oh Royce.
You're naughty, Royce.
Okay, Royce is my brother from another mother, folks. Let's see here. There you go, brother. And he just gave it. He just gave it.
Oh my goodness.
Royce has been I've been talking to Royce today, but it's messenger to messenger, right? And we listen to portions and we answer each other and everything. He is so busy, folks. I'm surprised he made it to the stream tonight. I'm glad you did, brother. Really, seriously, it's good to see you in there. Let's see. Night, Dr. Ricky, he's checking in. Later, doctor. Everybody's saying good night as I sign off. But really, you guys make this worthwhile. Kimberly's kind of interjecting more. I kind of like that. You know, let's get some dialogue going. We're still going to get her on mic. I know. We got to take her from feeble little voice to Michael. You shall stop talking now, right? Okay, folks, that's it for tonight. I'll see you on Sunday night at 5 o'clock, if not sooner. Night, folks.